subject matter of working on self in some form, shape, way, or fashion. And this don't just go for your husband, because a lot of y'all got daughters that live with y'all that's giving y'all a hard time, or y'all got sons that's giving y'all a hard time. Same shit. God says, mothers, sit there peacefully, read the book. Don't worry about it, they paying attention to you. The book that you reading is going to emit a certain vibration. Whatever it is that you read, everything is. I'm saying, Uncle Tom's Cabin, just I freak any type of book, just throwing a name out there. I freak your book. It's gonna emit. It's gonna get their attention. And what mom reading? And what she reading? Just because they meditate around. Like, let them see you meditate. And also you want to meditate around them more because they in the house with you. And you trying to raise the frequency and they trying to lower it. So it's a real spiritual battle going on in your house right now. So I'm saying? So you want to definitely be meditating 3 times a day. 3 30-minute meditations for the goddesses who fight these battles in their houses. When you fight this negative energy husband, you fight this negative energy daughter or son. Some of y'all got cousins living with y'all, aunties, family members, friends, you trying to help. Don't forget your soul contract, though.
That's enough.
You get what I'm saying? Let them see you living what you're telling them. Let them see you meditating. Let them see you peaceful. When you talking to them, have more patience with them because you're trying to raise the frequency. Now, Lord, you can't. No matter how negative they get, you're not going to make the frequency raise by getting back negative. If they respond negative, that's low frequency. If you respond negative, that's still low frequency. That's why they say too long for make it right. You get what I'm saying? Actually sit them down and try talking to them. Try talking to them. It's your house. You pay the bills. Your mom. Or you the owner. You the girlfriend, your mom, your auntie, whoever. It's your house. You talk to the guys that you own house or apartments. It's your crib. Don't fucking say it's your shit. So keep that in your mind. You can kick any motherfucker out at any time. Just acting like they want you and your shit. Because you can't play with your energy. You gotta protect your energy. So I'm saying, you can't be high frequency and they low frequency. That's gonna lower your frequency. You can't be out and they sad. That don't even balance out. You all happy around sad motherfucker, they gonna get jealous. Or if you all sad around somebody that's happy, the happy motherfucker gonna get mad. Then why you ain't happy for me? That ain't frequency go. See what I'm saying? Remember, we talk about frequency, energy. Meditate 3 times a day in that house, because you know these people's living with you ain't right. You can't see them as family. You can't see them as boyfriend. You gotta see them as what they are, souls and spirits. Let them see you meditate 3 times a day. Don't force nothing on them. Let them see you reading a book on based around knowledge of self in some form, shape, way, or fashion. Let them see you watching the shit on TV.
Prisoners have been liberated.
Tag them and shit on social media. Do all this little shit.
The gate so that we may enter the village.
You want to go out your way because you trying to help save their soul and spirit. But you're doing it proactively and you're being passive about it. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to coming and saying, hey, believe this and lecturing them like me. Now let me do the lecturing. You know what I'm saying? You don't lecture no one. You know what I'm saying? Even me, like when I started out, I never forced this on anybody. I sit and speak the truth. And people came and they come how they come. Even now, we got 6,000 members and then I was 6,000 people live. See what I'm saying? I never force it on them. You'll never force it. It's a universal law. If you force intellect on anybody, you are in spiritual violation. But y'all will. But this is why Zeus is in so much spiritual violation, because he created a whole race of beings who infringed upon our free will. And he sent them to do that. And that's the one thing that we all had is free will. That's why they called it Free Willy. That's esoteric. They named him, and then they put a whale in the movie. Why Willie had to be a whale? Willie could have been anything. He could have been a giraffe. They picked the whale because whales are smart as fuck. Why whales smart as fuck? They're not they because they take the whales are smarter than humans. Whales are smarter than humans, but whales aren't smarter than gods. We're gods. We know who the humans is, who the human beings are, and we know who whales and dolphins really are, which I got a lecture coming up on that. But just the whales and dolphins are part of the nomos, extraterrestrial race. I'll say that for another lecture that I'm donating on this website strictly to the nomos. Okay? The whole Free Willy was symbolic of the esoteric, cosmic, universal, multi-universal truth of free will. When they had the little boy on the cover like that, and Willie was jumping over him. The boy represented the pinnacle, the top. That's why he was reaching out. And Willie was going over there. Which signifies there is no limit. Free will lead. Let's put the illy on the end. Showed you an orb, one of the most intelligent of the nomos. It showed you any motherfucking animal in the animal kingdom could have been Willie. Alright, this is true esoterics behind Free Willy. I'll probably put a deeper lecture just for that. You know what I'm saying? But you don't try to break the free will, goddess. You don't do it. But remember this, they can't stay in your house. Or you can't stay in their house. And you can't fear. For those goddesses who ain't got no money and you ain't got it like that, you can't fear leaving. So a lot of y'all, that y'all got real good spirits and souls, y'all in y'all full divinity, but y'all lack materialistic things. Y'all lack you know what I'm saying? Because money ain't everything. But some lack. Okay, so for those who lack it, because you haven't manifested yet, right? In that department, right? You still can't fear leaving. Because once you leave, if you follow your soul, you'll see that your soul is going to always lead you to where you need to be. And where you really need to be is at the highest frequency possible. Remember, your true job is to raise your frequency. By raising your frequency, you raise others around you. So this is why I said, embody that goddess. You know what I'm saying? But if you see after so long, you gotta give them a cutoff time. Alright, if you got kids and they 14, 15, and you see their little ass already starting to veer off from themselves, you gotta already know teens gonna do that. But still give them a cutoff time, you gotta give them tough love so they can hurry up and get through that phase. But if you don't put your foot down, now they 23 living in your house and they never learn no lessons, and now they'll never learn nothing. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta remember, your kids got their lessons to live. Your husband got his lessons to live. His soul, he got his own soul contract. Everybody, we coming together as a family, but everybody got their own soul contract. We should be increasing each other's vibration. That doesn't mean that disagreements gonna come. You know when y'all on the same vibration. You think that my wife don't have disagreements? Yes, because she gonna have her things she said, I'm have my things I say. She gonna feel how she feel how I feel. But we on the same vibration though. She's not trying to go run the streets and do this and do that. She's working on herself, her divinity. I've been there, done that. Me, I'm trying to run the streets and do that. I'm working on myself. Working on being the best version of myself every single day. Be a better child. So I can be a father, better brother, friend, teacher, leader, speaker, all that. Every single day you want to work on yourself. That's always been us. That's why we represent perfection. We're always working on ourselves.
Move
And if they say practice makes perfect, how much practice do you think we have if we've been working on ourselves before time even existed? You know what I'm saying? Think about that. So, they tell you practice makes perfect. How long you think we've been practicing working on ourselves? We are the ancient beings, and we was here before time even existed. And we was working on ourselves. This is why we, Anunnaki, carbonated beings, non-ether beings, are perfection. But we are energy, electricity, like phones, it's like a cell phone. And if we're not charged up fully, we can't work right. And a lot of things have been stripped from you so that you can't charge up fully. So now the little charge we do get, it halfway works. That's what's going on with us as a species. So you have to remember this, goddess. You can't lose your chi and your life force trying to save everybody in your goddamn house. You can only do that so long, so give yourself a cutoff time. I can't tell you the cutoff time. Your soul know that cutoff time. Because to truly increase your frequency in that house, sometimes you gotta break all the way away. Energy is strong. If you the only one trying to rise in the house, nobody else around you is trying to rise. Eventually, you're gonna stop trying to rise in that house. That's too much energy working against your energy. And being gods and goddesses, we all have a large abundance of energy. We are all very strong. Even the human beings are strong as fuck. Yeah, we are stronger, being genetically more superior, but don't ever underestimate their strength either. They still strong. Like, they still have a spirit. Even the reptilians, they know how to teleport. Pleiadians, they know how to use certain energy that we use. So they are strong. They are not stronger than us. So what I'm saying is, never forget that although we are gods, we have other beings that still have strength too, and we can feel their strength. So if that person's soul is, if your husband's soul isn't right, your boyfriend's soul isn't right, living in your house, your son's soul isn't right, and he's damn near 18, 19, your daughter's soul, you gotta eventually remove it. Ain't no other way. Just because that's your daughter, your son, don't mean that's your daughter, your son. See what I'm saying? You was just used as a vessel. You don't know what that soul came here to do. Only time will truly tell you that. You can raise the child any way you want to raise the child. But at the end, it's offering out to the soul of that child. And they purpose. What were they here to do? You know how many serial killers it is, their parents ain't shit like that? They don't know how their kids like that, whole family shines. You know, people go to, you know how many people run the street, they sell drugs, kill people, and ain't nobody in their family like that. They wasn't raised like that, they didn't come up like that, but they like that. You know how many people wasn't raised with a dad in the household? They still grow up and be a dad to others like they had a dad. I one of them. You think I had a dad in my household to show me this shit? I learn it every day still. So we can't, you know, none of the people, you know what I'm saying? They ain't have a mama to show them how to be a mom, but shit, they ain't gonna abandon their kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just examples to show you that the soul will always do what it was destined to truly do. You can't interfere with destiny. And you don't want to get zapped because you in the way of a bullet that was for another motherfucker in your house. So raising the frequency in your house, it's not always an easy thing. It might come with you having to remove certain people out of the house. And if you live in the house, goddess, you still talking about the goddess, the adult goddess. If you the adult goddess living with somebody, and you the one who got frequency, but because you living with them, motherfucker trying to treat you any kind of way, or you just saving up your money, trying to still get on your feet, which is a process everybody been wishing for. Unless you was born rich, which some people were. But majority of us went through that phase. Okay, if you living with people and you trying to get on your shit and you vibing high, but they all negative, you gotta remove yourself from that household too eventually. Whether you got the house or you living in the house with somebody. Alright, now to the adult gods. Same thing. You got a goddess. She, whether it's your wife, your mistress, nigga, whatever you want to call it, your side chick, your girl, you got goddesses got their own house and they vibing high, and they got negative goddesses living with them. You get what I'm saying? Or you got it go the other way. You got other guys that's vibing. You can always balance out the enemy. You know what I'm saying? Balance out. It's a way you can balance. You got that. Okay, I'm talking to you right now. If you're you trying to eat clean, for example, but all you want to do is steady cook all this bullshit. You might not even know how to cook. There's a lot of guys who know how to cook, and the guys know how to cook, but he got a high vibration. He trying to eat clean. He trying to work on himself. He trying to lose some weight or whatever. Trying to pull you like, you know what, I want to lose some weight, slim down, tone up, do this. You know what I'm saying? Get my breathing back right. I'm working on eating my fruit. I'm meditating. Because once you start going within yourself, it's gonna point you to what you need to be doing down here, and what you need to be doing gonna bring. You never gotta worry about money and chasing. If you do what you here to do, what you do is gonna be so great. It's gonna bring people gonna pay you for what you when you doing what you do. When you do what you here to do, people gonna pay you for that regardless, because that's called natural universal compensation. You are supposed to be compensated in some way or fashion anyway for what it is that you do. Okay? So being in the past, it used to be we give each other forms of energy. You know what I'm saying? Then when we fell in frequency, we would trade with each other and give each other horses and land. And then now it's money. We give each other money. You know what I'm saying? So it's always been some form of trading of energy for compensation for what you do. Even if it wasn't nothing more than somebody praising you and saying, hey, good job. You need that. That's energy. When somebody tell you something good, you feel good. If they tell you something bad, you feel low. So you can never downplay the energy, the power of just good words. They feel better than $1 million or just as good as it. As far as in the feeling, especially when somebody mean it, what they mean, you can feel it. Because you got hairs. They stand up. These are your antenna on your skin. Your hairs are antenna. See, that's why you can feel shit. You couldn't feel the AC, the heat, the rays, the energy from the sun if you didn't have antenna on your skin. That allows your soul to feel it. Wow, it's hot out here. I like that. You know what I'm saying? That's the hair is on your skin, so all the hair is on you. That's very for you. Antenna. One's up top, antenna is way. So,
this is not how it ends.
if you living with her, or she's living with you, you living with them, or they living with you, you can have family living with you, you can be living with family. I would start with saying, get you a man cave. They call it a man cave. I call it a God cave. Go get you a little spot where you can just dip off to yourself in that house. But you'll have your own house, so you can't just go pop up or in the house. And even if you got your own house, if you live with others, it still ain't your house. This is y'all house. Okay, so it'll never be your house unless you just live alone. But we not talking about people that live alone. Because if you live alone right now, then you ain't got to really worry about how to raise the frequency in the negative house. It shouldn't be negative. If it's negative, it's all yours. You don't want to be motherfucking enemy. You know what I'm saying? So it should be no energy effect. Or your energy, the only energy that matters, you're gonna be one in there. But when it's other energies, all those other energies is gonna affect the room. Okay, so if you living with others or others are living with you, start by like being a God. We are leaders. We different than gods. So we are naturally we are natural born leaders. So we were created to do that since our inception in childhood. So it's imperative. You need your little space where you can just be alone in. You know what I'm saying? So get you, like I said, they like to call it a man cave, or I'm gonna rename it and call it a God cave. You're not man, you know that. So, being a God, and you want to have a little seclusion spot where you can just get to yourself, and and from there, now you build. You be still, and you a leader. So you're different than a goddess, whereas a goddess, it isn't her natural role to just flat out lead, because in the beginning it was just her. So she had no reason to lead. She just multiplied herself, and it was. But when she created us, it was like she gave us the leadership spot. So a goddess has never been in a position of leadership until after they reversed the roles. And now our goddesses have had to step up and be dad and mom, which has fucked them up, and the kids up, and the dads up. Okay? You know what I'm saying? A God can't be a mother, and a goddess can never be a father. All right? That's why I would never tell a mother Happy Father's Day. And I would never tell a father Happy Mother's Day. I don't give a fuck how good you is to the kids. You can't be mom. You father. You pops. You pops, nigga. You pops, nigga. You can't nurture, nigga. I don't give a fuck, nigga. How gentle you be. You will never have that estrogen energy. You will never have a touch of a mother's touch. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with mom. No matter how much you get them sons, no matter how you will never have to be a father. You can work hard, you can be there for them, be staking it for them, but you can never be a father. You shouldn't try to. Don't try to. That ain't your role. His father ain't there, you need to know his father. You know what I'm saying? He will respect you more for being mom, for just being mom. You still get all the clothes for just being mom. You know what I'm saying? It don't diminish it. You ain't gotta be feeling like you pops because you doing shit that the pop's supposed to be doing. You can sit in the barbershop all day with your son. Then you would never be pops. When you in the barbershop, it ain't gonna be the same vibe. The barbers ain't gonna vibe with you like they would vibe with his dad. Because they gods and you still a god. Alright? You can take your daughter, same thing to God. Take your daughter to the beauty shop every Saturday, nigga, at 1. And give her ice cream afterwards, nigga, and you will never be mine. Them guys, you walk in there, you lost, nigga. They ain't gonna talk about none of this shit they would have talked about if your ass wasn't sitting in there with their ass. See what I'm saying? All type of conversations got cut short because you didn't came in with your daughters at the nail shop, nigga. You don't even know it. You thinking this is normal flow, nigga. They be way more active than this. You come in as quiet as a motherfucker, nigga. They be talking like a motherfucker when they get your ass in there, nigga. You get what I'm saying? So, you still be like, for real. Like, the nail smell even smell right to you. Your eyebrows looking weird at the smell of that. The other guys, they're like, yep, he ain't one of us. We have an imposter in here. So, understand, God, you a leader. You have testosterone. You don't have estrogen in your avatar. So don't move with emotion. You know what I'm saying? It gets frustrating trying to lead the troops and rally the whole household to understand that everybody got to rise. Because if you living with family members or they living with you, you know what you got? You living with your dad and your cousins, and you still a leader. Even if it's other guys in the house, you still a natural born leader. That's why too many guys gonna be living in the house together. They gonna bump heads. It's the same thing with too many guys. Like, God and God that's the balance. You know what I'm saying? So, when you find that God came first, and go deep within yourself. Move with no emotion. Remember you a leader. Remember that everything comes to you. Remember that you are the genius of the way that you completely want to be able to go there. So everything is a thought. Let's never forget the power of thought, but also you dealing with other souls and spirits. Let's not forget the rules. You can use your energy as a god or goddess to force somebody to think your way or see it your way, but never do that. Now, you can debate, but you ain't forcing nobody to debate. They still gotta actually choose, The forcing is to make them put.
is not good.
You still got a whole generation out here that's that's way before the internet, so they don't fuck with the internet still. They off the grid. It's a whole generation out like that. So, you know, remember that. And as a guy, you know, examples of a negative house would be like if you living with your goddess and she's talking down on you, telling you you ain't shit, you ain't this, what you ain't gonna be. That's an abusive relationship. That's some verbal abuse, and she's pouring low frequency on you. Or you living with your mom and she's saying, you just like your daddy, this and that. Some moms like that talk shit to their sons like that, and that's still low frequency. Give a fuck who it's coming from. That's low frequency. That's fucking up your chi. You know what I'm saying? It's fucking up your life force, lowering your frequency, and now you stay in the rut, and now you can't manifest. See, a lot of people want to be successful, but the only reason they want to be successful is because it's a high vibration. All right? Why is it considered a high vibration? Because they make money, everything here in this realm. So now if you got a good job, and you know, why do people really want to graduate high school so that they can go to a good college? Let's just be real. Now, why do they want to go to a good college? So that they can get a good job, make a lot of money. Okay, why do they want to make a lot of money? So they can drive nice cars, get a nice big house. If you a guy, you want to get you a nice, beautiful garden. Guys, you want you a nice, happy son. Everybody's doing this shit for money. You're fucking. At the end of the day, if you go to work, you're going to go to work because you love it. When I get on here and talk, this is what I love. This ain't work for me. The only work is organizing the goddamn lectures.
The siege of Rodham.
The work for me now is getting all these packages out and having to respond to gods and goddesses every day, letting them know like, hey, your tracking number should be coming, your package on the way. You get what I'm saying? Because people have been waiting for their stuff, and there's so many people ordering.
After weeks of siege.
Like, and you got a lot of guys, like I said, that already got their stuff. But overall, that's the work. That would be the work for me. That's doing it. But sitting here talking to y'all, I care about my people. I'm passionate about this. I mean this. I'm not fucking around. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all see it every day. Excuse me. It was finna blitz YouTube every day. And then YouTube had blocked. So it's like, y'all feel me? Most individuals are doing what they do for money, which is low frequency. So most people is chasing that success, which is once again backed by some form of financial stability. No matter how you word this shit, it's all money. Okay, so. But that's just a thought. That's a vibration. And you have to clear out negative energy. Like, you can't be negative and reach any form of what you would call success, because that's on a certain energy, on a certain frequency. It's just like TV. Like, you with me, guys? Like, if I want to watch ESPN, I can't have TV on BET. I can have a channel on CBS. I can have a channel on ABC, but I want to watch Stephen A. Smith on ESPN, and then now I'm wondering why you got Stephen A. Smith. This is how most guys and guys people, they're like, why they ain't got success, or why they don't have the financial be where they want to be financially. It's because they are filled with the negative, and they didn't cloud the negative energy wave. They're on a low frequency. You have to match the frequency of what it is that you want. And that's how you get it to come to you. You don't get it to come to you by working hard for it. It's still never come to you because you're chasing it. You get what I'm saying? You get it by being still and doing exactly what you was put here to do. And everything that you think is success is going to come to you. That's all frequency, right? So, okay, when you in that household, everybody around you got to be on that high frequency. You can't be on a high frequency trying to achieve something great, God, and then you living with her or them, or they living with you, or she's living with you, and they not matching that frequency. They gonna slow down your success. And where you trying to get to? Everybody in the house has to be on that high frequency. That's why you ain't got your money up where you wanted. You ain't started that company you wanted to start. You didn't get that job you wanted. You ain't able to get that guy that you want to attract, that good goddess. You were around negative motherfuckers. So you gotta raise their frequency. Because while you in here listening to me, you working with crystals, that's gonna work with the crystals. Drape yourself in this intent. I don't just wear it, it's the where it is. Drape yourself in this intent. 3, get your crystal. Do that too, God. You being a God with that masculine energy, that being that Y chromosome, 9 the being that you are. You are natural commander. Command your antenna to your rituals, you crystals, and command your antenna to them. You need patience, command that antenna into your crystals. And don't trip, there's lessons coming up on crystals on this website. You ain't worried about it. But I talk about the 3 C's and them, what the cleansing your crystal, consecrating it, and then charging it up. So, you being a leader, you have to lead. You have to be forceful with the message. And if they don't want to listen, you got to get them around you, because that's how you're going to raise the frequency high in your house. God, by getting them from around you, your frequency is going to go high. Or if you living with them, you're going to have to move out. It ain't going to be a step back, trust me. Because if their frequency is low and your frequency high, your frequency so high, the universe is going to send you in the right direction. Trust the universe. Trust your soul. Trust the process. You're going to have to remove yourself out that environment, though. It's a negative environment, it's a low frequency environment. Because, listen, you can burn candles, you can write down magical spells, which is form of voodoo. You can write down magical spells and incantations, all this. But that might not even take place or manifest just because you're surrounding yourself with a household full of low vibration beings. And you can't force them to wake up. So the only way you can do it is by, I told you how to be forceful with it. Meditate in front of them. Talk to them about meditation. Talk to them about the awakening and what's going on within themselves. Show them pictures. A lot of people gonna need to see it. Show them. You can post a little stuff up from Google. That's enough pictures to get their mind going. And then some individuals, guess what? You can show them anything you want to show them, and they still ain't gonna believe it. It's not meant for them to rise and see. You gotta know the difference, God. You're a leader. Y chromosome. 9%. But definitely, start getting more crystals in your house, though, God. And goddess, too. More crystals, certain crystals.
Next one is on me. Get up, you.
Like rose quartz crystals. Rose quartz crystals is good for the love vibration. Bring the family together because of the high frequencies of the high hertz. Alright? The love vibration. The rose quartz emits the love vibration. Program your antenna to that crystal and charge it up, and you, especially you start getting enough of it. You can have just a little room and leave your door open. Start leaving your door open. Start writing your spells down for that house as well to fight against those spirits in the house. You can do that as well. But you want to do that based upon the flow of the energy. See what I'm saying? You don't want to enter into a battle, fight with spirits in that house, and You might be against some shit stronger than yourself right now. It's levels. You got too many. You gotta know when to just, I don't have to get them out of my house, away from the house. Here, you gotta know the difference. Know, and timing is everything. Timing is everything. But of course, you introduce them to that knowledge of self. You definitely introduce them to knowledge of self. You definitely do that.
No! We're screwed! I ain't dying. Not close.
When you talk about, because like I say, the house itself is a negative. It's the energy, the spiritual force in the house. That's what you are up against. Negative entities want to keep that frequency as low as possible, so they can bask in. That's what they strong in. When the frequency high, they can't live in a high frequency. So there's no way for you to raise that frequency in the house to the highest level, and everybody in the house will vibrate low. No, when you raise the frequency, everybody in the house got to come up on that frequency. Right? So, a lot of gods, that's why I say being a natural leader, going deep within yourself, is setting that tone within yourself, because what you do on the inside affects the outside anyway. So you can go deep within yourself and change the outside of what you see in front of you. Remember, matter is just a bunch of atoms clustered together, vibrating real slow. But when you're raising a frequency that way, you're going to enter a spiritual battle, because now you're playing with magic. That's the magic at that point. Okay, I'm going within myself, and I'm going to just set it the way I want it to be. Okay, but now these negative forces are going to go within themselves and set it the way they want it to be. Now you got to go back within yourself and set it the way you want it to be, and it becomes a battle that drains you on from a third density level. If you're not a practitioner of this, and haven't been a practitioner of it for a long period of time. So you don't want to take that route. That's why I say the best route to take is to remove them out your household, like I told the goddess, or you remove yourself from that household. That's if the first steps don't work of you actually trying to meditate around them, bringing the information to them. Getting a lot of crystals, certain crystals, like I say, specifically rose quartz. We can play singing bowls in the house. Singing bowls are definitely, y'all love when I play the singing bowls. Y'all be feeling it on that end. Singing bowls gonna always raise the frequency in that house. But guess what? If you play that singing bowl, yeah, you're going to start raising the frequency, but guess what? If they vibrate low, they can say, I don't want to hear that singing bowl. It ain't going to feel good to them like it feel to you. Y'all on two different frequencies. To my young goddesses who are living with moms and living with dad, living with a family. Or you don't even have to be young. You living with your family. You in that household, you living with somebody, they living with you. This is to the gods, goddesses. It's hard to raise that frequency for a lot of individuals because they do not want to take the necessary steps required. We talking about a house. Motherfuckers live together in this apartment or in this house. So when you live together, y'all family. Whether y'all blood or not. Living together then makes you family. When y'all gotta live together, family vibe. Even down to jail. Nigga, you see a nigga you was locked up with, it be damn like a family vibe because y'all live together in jail.
We must hold the front line until we can reinforce our position.
Remember who you are, being that you are 666, and remembering that all spirits and souls have free will. It's the best way to raise the frequency in the negative house. Do what make you smile. Do what make you happy. Follow your soul. And try to bring them with you in that house. But if they try to step in your way, you stand on them. Because if they are not rising with you, they can only pull you down.
Our reinforcements have arrived. Consolidate our forces and
you can't even raise the frequency. You don't know it needs to be raised.
escort the ram to their gates. The success of our
Be aware of the environment. Watch the way your kids respond to you, your wife responds to you, your husband responds to you, your girlfriend, your family, whoever in this house. Pay attention to the energy. Pay attention to everybody's lifestyle. It matters. And remember to protect your energy regardless. Remember I talked about what you focus on, you give your energy to. Your life force too. Some of us have the gift of persuasion. So some of y'all can raise the frequency of your household. It's not going to be hard. But for others, it'll be a little harder because you have a different gift, and it's not persuasion. That's a spiritual battle. Some of y'all try to focus on electric, and y'all probably can't even listen because y'all in negative environments.
We are nearly there.
Everybody around you affect your energy. It's the best way to raise the frequency is to remember that. Everything around you emits a frequency. From the beings in your house down to the objects in your house. Everything is alive, down to the lighters in your house. Everything has to be on the house. My bad, John. Yeah, everything has to be on a high frequency. But remember, house, the prism shape is constricted, so the energy is going to only circulate. Energy is not going to go out. Energy can come in, but it'll never go out unless you clear it. That's the thing about a house. Because it's a prism shape. Energy will come in, but it won't go out unless you clear it out. But you can clear out the energy in your house, and if that person who has the negative spirits within them is still living in your house, the energy will come right back. So it's going to always come down to the spirit and soul who's harboring these other negative entities within themselves in your house. You got to know when to hold and when to fold, and remember your soul contract. That's the true mission, is to keep your frequency at the highest state. Can't be great. The best version of yourself in the environment. You know what others don't feel like. That being said, I will see y'all tomorrow in class. Peace to the guys for playing pot. Let that sit on your soul. Alright? Because that's easier said than done. When there's emotions involved, and now you want to lie and say a person ain't got a low frequency because your emotions is there. But like we got some homework to do within ourselves tonight, don't we, y'all? Peace to the guys for playing the cop. How we ride? One.